Today I'm going to show you a complete beginner's guide of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, starting with the initial setup process and then going into some settings and app features. We're going to dive into some tips, tricks, and hidden features, allowing you to leave this video as an expert. You're going to be a Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro expert, so let's get started. You can take a look at the box here, and on the front we've got a picture of the watch. It says Galaxy Watch at the top there and Samsung at the bottom. And then on the side here we've got the Samsung Galaxy Watch logo and then the sticker holding the box together, and then on the back some details for the watch. So we'll go ahead and take the covering off and see what we have in the inside. So we've got this component here on top, we got the two-tone sport band, and then the watch itself. Let's dive into some of the components inside of this box here first. So this slides out right here, and it looks like we've got our charging puck, USB-C, right here. So we can plug that in. And a really cool feature with this device is you can charge your watch using your Galaxy smartphone. So that's a cool feature. We can take a look, and I wonder what's in the other side here. So we can open this. We've got a quick start guide, terms and conditions. So more details there, helping us get started with our Galaxy smartwatch. So that looks like that's everything that's in the first component here. So we'll go ahead and put these to the side and see what else we have. So next up, we've got the two-tone sport band, and we can take a look at it right here. Two-tone sport band. Alright, so just like that, I'm able to pull out the two-tone sport band, and we can connect this to our watch in a second. So it's a nice material here, it connects. It's got a gray and black finish for this model. And we'll go ahead and put that right here and discard the packaging. And last but not least, we've got our actual smartwatch. We can go ahead and take it out just like that, and you can see the screen, you can see the back of it, the buttons on the side. I'll go ahead and put it down. Alright, so let's go ahead and connect our bands here onto the Samsung Galaxy smartwatch. So you'll see on the bottom of the wristbands here, you've got this nice little pin connector that you can pull back and it will slide in like that, allowing you to maneuver the band inside. So we'll go ahead and insert one end. And then insert the other end by sliding it back and then pushing it forward, and it hooks in just like that. So we've got one end complete. Insert this in, and then we'll slide back, and now they're solid, they're in. So now I've got the bands connected just like that. And we can go ahead and power this watch on. We've got the power button at the top right here. And then on the bottom right, we've got the back button. So we'll go ahead and hold down the power button, and we're greeted with Samsung. Welcome. We can go ahead and swipe up to get started. So get started in the Galaxy wearable app on your phone. So we'll go ahead and bring in our Samsung Galaxy device, and it detects that the Galaxy Watch Pro is nearby. A new device has been found, and it pops up on the screen just like that. So that's really cool that it automatically detected that the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro was nearby. So a new device has been found. We'll hit connect, and it'll open up the Galaxy wearable app. It wants us to check the number on the watch, and both of these numbers match, so we'll go ahead and hit confirm. Allow Galaxy Wearable to access your watch. This app is needed to manage your Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. So we'll go ahead and allow it, and then this will be allowed to interact with your notifications, your phone, SMS, contacts, calendar, call logs, and nearby device permissions. So we'll hit allow. And then it's downloading the software for the Galaxy Watch 5 Manager. Alright, now we successfully downloaded the software, And now for our review, we'll go ahead and agree to get software updates automatically. And then by agreeing, we're agreeing to the terms and conditions in Samsung privacy notice. So we'll hit continue. We got some Google terms of service, so we'll go ahead and agree to those. And then getting your watch ready. This may take a few minutes. So now if we take a look at the watch while it's getting ready, it says check your phone to complete setup. So it's downloading data to the watch, and it's going pretty fast. So right there, 100%, it's already completed it. Getting Google account info, this may take a few minutes. Sign into your Google account, sign into your Google account on your watch, and use Google Apps, download new apps, and use Find My Device. So we'll go ahead and continue as me, and then unlock to continue setting up your device. So now it's signing in and transferring all my Google information to the watch. It says this could take about a minute, so we'll let this process. It's asking for my Google password. I'll go ahead and type that off camera. All right, we've got my password typed in. It's checking for Google Play, it's signing in, and now I can select apps for my watch. So installed on your devices, Spotify, and then recommended for watches. It's got a few here that we can download. So I'll scroll down, maybe I'll download Calm, and let's see what else they have. Heart rate monitor sounds cool. And then maybe MyFitnessPal too. So recommend some apps for the watches. You can select which ones you want, which ones you don't want, and then it already knows that I have Spotify installed, so it's recommending that I install that on the Samsung watch. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. Keep your data safe. You don't have any backups yet, automatically back up this watch to Samsung Cloud to keep your data safe and to keep it up to date. So we'll go ahead and hit auto backup. Now it's finishing up. So while you're taking a moment to get familiar with your watch, we can take a look at the tips and the user manual. So let's see what's new. We can customize the watch face, then save them as favorites so they're always available when you need them. Lots of ways to type. You can easily switch from voice input to handwriting to keyboard emojis, so you can write what you want and how you want. We've got a GPS route. Set a route for your workout. When you open a GPX file, it's added to the routes in Samsung Health on your watch. Find your way back to the start. When you want to turn around and head back, tap track back in your workout settings to get directions to your starting point. Do things faster with quick commands. With quick commands, you can run a series of commands by saying a specific word or phrase to the Bixby watch. Run commands on your phone with your watch. Use your watch to run frequently used commands on your phone. Then use Smart Switch to keep your watch data. Use Smart Switch to keep your watch data. When you use Smart Switch to set up a new phone, your watch data from your old phone is transferred too. So those are some new features that they have here in the tips and user manual. So we can go back and see it's still setting up. So this may take a few moments, and it looks like it's complete. You're all set up. And now I can see, Justin's Watch 5 Pro, my battery's at 62%. And this is kind of like the home feed here, the Galaxy wearable app, where I can manage my smartwatch. So we can see it's starting. You can swipe from the left side of the screen to access your notifications right here. You can swipe from the right side of the screen to access the tiles. And then you can swipe from the top of the screen to access the quick panel, and then swipe from the bottom to access your applications. And of course, we learned that we can move them around by holding and dragging. And they also have the same interface in the Galaxy wearable app. If we unlock our Galaxy device here, we can open up the Galaxy wearable app, and just like here, there's an app screens button where we can touch and hold and drag, and it will update the position on our watch for us. So now if we open up our watch and we pull up, we'll see, we have to hit the save button right here first. So hit save, and then it'll instantly update as we see right there. The calendar's at the top right now. So I can come over here to the app screen, rearrange the apps in any way. It's much bigger on the Galaxy device versus just doing it right here on the smaller screen for the watch. But either way you want to modify the apps, you can just click and hold and drag and move them anywhere around, and then hit save. And just like that, it updates them. So pretty cool feature. They also have the tiles where we can come in here and add different tiles. We can add an alarm tile, a buds controller, month, contacts, Google Maps, media controller, reminder, blood oxygen, cycle tracking, food, health summary, steps. They've got over a dozen tiles here that we can add in, and we can see that we currently have the daily activity tile and a ton of tiles already added. If we want to, we can remove them just by pressing this minus button. And then if we remember, we can access the tiles just by swiping from the right side of the screen, and we've got the daily activity tile, the walking, the route, the body composition, the sleep. So the same tiles that we see there on the Galaxy wearable app pop up in here, and you can manage them in the same format. So I can hold down and start removing them in the same way that I would remove them from the app. Just hold down and hit the minus button, and that will remove that tile from the watch. So super cool way to manage your tiles and to come in here, and they're kind of like quick widgets and quick apps that you can launch instantly. You just swipe over from the right side of the screen to access your tiles. Another cool feature is the watch faces. So I can come in here and modify and customize the watch face just by pressing the customize button, and we can see they've got a few pre-made faces for us that we can tap on just like this and see what they look like. I like this green one. That's one of my favorite colors. I can tap on that. You can come over here and see what the indexes look like. The hands, we can change the hands to a different style here. We can go over to the color. I'm going to stick with the green. We can add different complications. So the first complication shows the battery of the device. And then we can go over here to complication number 2, which shows a hiking option. We can move it to something else. So right now under exercise, I can probably move it down to something like walking, which is what I do often. And then I can go over to complication number 3, and right now it's steps. That seems about ideal, to show how many steps I've completed throughout the day. So we'll go ahead and hit save, and then this face will be saved to my watch faces. So now it's automatically updated just like that, and now it's on my watch face. So I've got the green, I've got the quick walking button, and then it's showing the steps for the day. So very easy way to come in here and customize my face. We can of course manage the different watch faces that we have and have our most recent ones first. So that's one. We can come over here and let's select the gradient number and see what that looks like. And that adds the gradient number up there. And I can come in here and customize that as well. So we've got this gradient number here. I can have different colors of it. I like the blue version of this. We'll go ahead and select that for the pre-made. And of course we can change the background, the color, the hand color, the second hand color, the complications, and more. So complications on the left side here shows the chance of rain on the left if we open up. So we'll go ahead and hit save, and we'll save this face to our watch. And we can see right here, so the chances of raining today are 0%. And we've got this new gradient watch face. And I can come in here and hold down on the watch faces and swipe over to the first watch face that we have, just like that. Or I can hold down and swipe back over to the second one. And if I don't like this watch face anymore, I can just hold down and hit the minus button on the side. So we'll go ahead and move it back to the first watch face, and then we'll hold down on it and then swipe over and hit that minus button right there, and that will remove that watch face. Now, I showed you how to customize the watch face on the Galaxy wearable app, but we can hit this customize button right here and customize it on the watch itself. So I can swipe up or down to see the different styles, colors, or complications. So I can swipe up or down to see the different styles and colors and complications, and you can see the gear moving there on the right. And then we can swipe over to the left to see the hands. You can swipe up or down to see the different hands. You can swipe over to the color and then swipe up or down to change the color, but I'm going to stick with that green color that we saw before. And then I can keep swiping over to see the different complications, and we'll stick with the steps, and then we'll go back to our watch face. So that's a preview there of how you can modify the watch faces on your watch. You just hold down and then hit customize. You can add a new one right here. Got the emoji, analog, ball, different, all kinds of watch faces here. Over a dozen watch faces that we can pick from, and whichever one, you know, suits your favorite style, you can go ahead and select. I like a digital watch, so I'll go ahead and add a digital watch to the watch face collection here, and it shows the time. So really cool way of how we can modify and change our watch faces right there on the watch itself. And of course, we can unlock and continue to see how that works on the Samsung wearable app itself. Another thing we can dive into is the quick panel, where we can come in here and modify which buttons pop up under the quick panel when we pull down from the top. Right now we've got sleep mode, turn off, settings, do not disturb, always on display, and sound mode. And we can swipe over for more. But you know, if we're not using sleep mode, we can just press that minus button, and we can add in NFC and press the NFC button, and that adds in. We can drag it around, so we can hold it down and move it to whichever screen we want. We can move it up there. And just like that, we can come in here, touch and hold to reorder buttons. So we can touch and move this one just like that. And that's the quick panel. So we'll go ahead and hit save. We can dive into some of the watch settings right here inside the Galaxy Wearable app. You just tap on watch settings, and first we're prompted with notifications. We can come in here and decide, you know, which apps can notify us on the watch and which apps cannot. So you can see which apps I currently have installed. Bixby Voice can notify me, Calendar can notify me. Let's see what else can. Customization service. If I don't want any of these apps to notify me, I can just swipe them off with the little check mark right here, and move that switch over to the left, and no longer will Bixby Voice be able to notify me on my watch. But we'll go ahead and leave Bixby Voice enabled, just demoing for the sake of turning off notifications that you don't want on your watch. So that's a really cool feature. You know, it allows you to stay present and in the moment, knowing who's going to message you or what notification will come in at which time. You can mute notifications on your phone. Phone notifications allowed on your watch will be muted on your phone when you're wearing your watch. You just swipe that over to enable that feature. You can turn off there. My favorite feature though is sync do not disturb with phone. So if you turn on do not disturb on your phone, it will also turn on your watch. That way you don't have to, you know, have two separate controls, and no notifications will come in on your phone, and no notifications will come in on your watch. So that's the first preference there here in the settings that you can check out inside of watch settings. You can also come in here to sound and vibration. You can switch your mode from sound, vibrate, or let's go back, sound, vibrate, or mute. Right now it's on vibrate, and you can maybe feel or hear it vibrate there as you switch it. And then of course you can come down here and change some more of the settings, like the vibration, whether you want a long or short vibration, or strong or light intensity of your vibration. So you can modify that, and then you can do that, and you can come in here to the call vibration, and you've got different vibrations already set up. So basic call, simple, zigzag, zig, zig, zig. So you can come in here and change the vibration. We'll keep it at basic call, but it is a really cool feature that you can come in here and modify the vibration settings under sound and vibrations. You can come down here and change the ringtone. You can just select a different ringtone here, and when you receive a phone call, you'll get that ringtone. And then a notification sound. You can come in here and change what sound you want for your notifications. So that's a quick overview here of the sound and vibration settings here in the Galaxy Wearable app, where you can modify the settings for your Galaxy Watch. So we'll go back. We've got the display settings. We can come in here and modify the brightness of that display, whether we want it, you know, really low or really high, or right there in the middle. We've got auto brightness set, so brightness will be adjusted automatically, very bright or low conditions or situations. We can have the always on display on, so that display stays on while we're not actively looking at it. That does use a bit more battery life, but it is a really neat feature. We have raise wrist to wake, so when it's on the wrist, it will wake the device as I raise my wrist, and then touch screen to wake. And then I can show media controls, show controls on your watch when you start playing audio or video on your phone. We've got screen timeout. After 15 seconds of inactivity, it goes away. And then show last app when the screen turns on again within the last 20 seconds. And then we got font size. So we can come in here and increase the font size for, you may want a more bigger letter. You can increase it by swiping it all the way over to the right, or you can make it smaller by swiping it all the way over to the left. And we can demo this really quick. If we have it really tiny, let's see what this looks like. So we'll swipe over to notifications. That's a really tiny text there for our watch. We can maybe zoom in a little bit and see it a bit more clearly. But then if we go to font size and then we increase the font size, you can see now I increased it all the way to the top, and now the text is much bigger on the watch. So that's a really cool feature for those that want to increase the text size or the font size on their watch. You can do that right in your display settings on your Galaxy wearable app. So they've got Samsung Health, some advanced features, the battery and device care. It checks the battery. It learns your usage patterns, and then also displays the apps that have currently been using the most battery and their percentages of that. We can come back out here and see what else we have available. So we can see our app settings and come down here and customize some app specific settings, see what their storage and memory capacity is looking like, how much battery they've used. And that's a really neat feature that we can take a look at. So that's been a complete beginner's guide of the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. It's really neat how you can come in here and modify the watch screen. You can come in here and modify the settings for the quick panel. They've got so many features here. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to figure out when we're releasing our next video. We'll have a ton of videos on the Galaxy devices, including a tips and tricks video coming up next week. So be sure to click on that and watch it. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment below and consider giving us a super thanks. That helps out the AppFind channel a lot, and we really appreciate you for checking out these videos. And you can also hit that like button if you enjoyed this. We really appreciate you for watching the AppFind channel. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.